The course name is MCB2006, Microbes Without Borders. My name is Monica Oli, and I'm a senior lecturer and undergraduate coordinator in the Department of Microbiology and Cell Science. This course received the 2018 Online Education Excellence Award for the category of Imaginative or Innovative Approach. So this course was created after I came back from a study abroad with my students for the first time from Europe, and I thought it would be fun to create a similar course online for students who are unable to travel abroad. In collaboration with the International Scholars Program, this course was developed and is now part of the International Scholars Program as one of the electives. This class is really about understanding the importance of the field of microbiology rather than just memorizing facts. A lot of people, when they think about microbes, they think of diseases and germs and bad things, but actually microbiology has a lot of positive effects and a lot of positive involvement in our everyday life in our ecosystem. Without microbes, we probably wouldn't be here. So a big part of the class, rather than, again, reading textbooks and memorizing facts, is hands-on activities and discussions. The students really enjoy hands-on activities where they make something, some food at home where they use microbes, or they go out in the woods and look for different fungi to go on a field trip by themselves. One of the activities students really enjoy is a discussion board. And it's not just, answer a question, but we put out a very provocative post where, for example, it's pro and against vaccines. And the students have to come up with, they are told to be either pro an argument or against an argument. They also have to find scientific evidence. After the deadline, they have to then reply to 3 of their fellow students and take the counter argument. So it's not just, again, answering your own opinion, but really understanding how arguments work, how they're backed up, and how really different people form their different opinions, whether they're agreeing with you or whether they don't. One of my favorite activities, but in the beginning, students are a little bit afraid to do that, is they have to put together an e-portfolio. An e-portfolio is an electronic website where they can put together their own experience, their travel experience, their international experience, or their courses or research, whatever they want it to be. For this class, they submit their assignments on their e-portfolio. The e-portfolio is also a part of the International Scholars Program, so they can use this same portfolio for the international scholars as well as for this class. Nowadays, e-portfolios have become very important when students apply for jobs or further careers, because you can just take the link, the URL, and put it in your CV and show that you're a very creative person in a very different light than just on a piece of paper. This is one of the examples of one of my former students. And you have freedom to create in any different way. The one assignment what was added here was the passport, because we go on a virtual trip where you have to design a trip, you have to find a destination, learn about the country, the culture, and especially about microbes in that country, for example, fermented foods. The e-portfolios can also be very private. When people are worried about their privacy, it can be set to private, so it can only be shared with the instructor. And then here are several of the assignments, what she did for the class. So again, this class is really to stimulate interest in microbiology in many, many different ways. And we use giant microbes. This, for example, is a tardigrade, also called a water bear. And these are really special extremophiles because they can survive in outer space. But where we find them a lot is in the water reclamation facility where they clean up your poop. Other microbes are extremophiles. For example, this book, Microbes from Hell. So you can see the Yellowstone National Park where you see the prismatic springs. And all these colors, again, are produced by the different microbes that live in the prismatic spring in Yellowstone. One of my favorite topics is making food with microbes. And so some of my students produced actually a cookbook where they use different recipes, all involving microbiology of some sort. This semester, what we will do is a project, because the students have to solve some sort of public health related microbiology project in a different country. And their task this semester is to create a children's book for this particular country to solve this particular disease, or to explain to the children how it works, what they can do about it to avoid it. And this is one example of a children's book what one of my previous students made. It's called HIV Made Simple, and it's about 8 children who are born with HIV and who haven't understood why they have to take medication. So this whole book was created by my student, and she did all the drawings and the explanation to make the kids understand why they have to take the medication. So we will create more of these books in teams of about 7 or 8 students from different backgrounds. We have students from psychology, we have microbiology students, we have history students, and we will mix them together, different age group, different backgrounds, and then they create a children's book to help children in other countries understand a topic that relates to microbiology. So I'm really looking forward to see what they produce this semester. So this is an online class, and I usually teach labs, so teaching online is quite a challenge, but it's actually really rewarding too, because you can reach people which you wouldn't reach otherwise. For example, in this class, this is also a dual enrollment class, so I have high school students from across Florida, and I'm very, very excited to welcome younger students into the class and make sure they're fully integrated. Another thing about this class, an online class, usually it can be pretty boring. It takes quite some effort to integrate elements that make the class interactive, creative, although it's online and asynchronous. We do team projects, we have TAs that reach out to the students to make sure everybody's successful and everybody's enjoying the class and gets the most out of it. So even if you're not in the microbiology field, I hope that you still have some interest in microbiology, and if you're bored, you can always sit in the class or take the class and learn about microbes without borders.